Alright, my fellow peeps, we're almost through with the Salute House journey, with only 2 episodes left. The other one is for next week, and the first one, or the semi-final one, is that I'm showing you right now. Alright. And also, we have 2 more Triple Salute House installments left. The first one that I'm showing you right now, and the other for next week. Next week's Triple House Salute installment will be about the first 3 films that are written and directed by Quentin fucking Tarantino. And so, 3 segments that we will salute on right now is segment number 1, Nintendo Switch requested by Andrew Greiner. Segment number 2, The Blues Brothers 1980 film. And segment number 3, the Destruction Derby franchise by Psygnosis and Reflections Interactive that has been existed since 1995. So, without further ado to ass shit, let's get on with these 3 things that we cannot live without. Even the ones that I never had in my life. Alright. The Nintendo Switch is a video game console / a portable console hybrid developed by Nintendo and released worldwide in most regions on March 3rd, 2017. The console itself is a tablet that can either be docked for use as home console or used as a portable device, making it a hybrid console. Yeah, it is a hybrid one. I did say that before. It's wireless Joy-Con controllers with standard buttons and directional analog sticks for user input, motion sensing, and tactical feedback. It can attach to both sides of the console to support handheld style play. They can also connect to a grip accessory to provide a traditional home console gamepad form. Yeah, the gamepad. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch has a controller gamepad that is an exact replica of a fucking dog. Yeah, how clever. Or be used individually in the hand like the Wii, remote, and nunchuck, supporting local multiplayer modes. The Nintendo Switch's software supports online gaming through the internet connectivity, as well as local wireless and ad hoc connectivity with other consoles. Nintendo Switch games and software are available in both physical flash-based ROM cartridges and digital distribution via Nintendo eShop. The system has no region lockout. Well, no region lockout? Well, thank God to have something that's region-free. Because region lockouts are bullshit. A handheld-focused revision of the system called the Nintendo Switch Lite was released in September 20th, 2019. A revised higher-end version of the original system featuring an OLED screen was released in October 8th of last year. So what do I gotta say about the Nintendo Switch? Well, I first time hated the Nintendo Switch, but as of right now and 2 years ago, either 1 or 2 or 3 years ago, yeah, I've started to gain interest towards the Nintendo Switch. All because that they have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. As an 8th generation console, the Nintendo Switch competes with Microsoft's Xbox One and Sony's PlayStation 4. Nearly 3 million console units were shipped in its first month, exceeding Nintendo's initial projection of 2 million, and within a year of release achieved over 14 million units sold worldwide, outselling total lifetime sales by the Wii U. So yeah, both versions of the Nintendo Switch have sold nearly 104 million units worldwide, making it Nintendo's best-selling home console and the 5th best-selling game console of all time. Man, they sure had good library games. Yeah, especially the remastered ones, like Grand Theft Auto, for example. Wait a minute. Isn't that the Grand Theft Auto remastered for the Nintendo Switch a fucking failure or some shit? I hope Rockstar Games better fix this up. Alright. Don't want to spoil nothing else. Okay. The Blues Brothers is a 1980 American musical comedy film directed by John Landis. It stars John Belushi, rest in peace, as Joliet Jake Blues and Dan Aykroyd as his brother Elwood. Characters developed from recreating musical sketch The Blues Brothers on NBC variety series of Saturday Night Live. Okay, so the plot is blues vocalist and petty criminal Jake Blues is released from prison after serving 30 years and is picked up by his blood brother Elwood in his Bluesmobile, a battered former police car. Elwood demonstrates its capabilities by jumping an open drawbridge. The bros visited the Roman Catholic orphanage where they were raised and learned from Sister Mary Stigmata that it will be closed unless $5,000 in property taxes is collected. During a sermon by Reverend Cleophas James at the Triple Rock Baptist Church, Jake has an epiphany. They can re-inform their band, the Blues Brothers, which disbanded while Jake was in prison, and raise money to save the orphanage. Well, we gotta believe in God. Well, we gotta go to church. Yeah, Elwood is correct about that shit, Jake. Yeah, don't doubt God for shit like that. Okay, realizing that they need one big show to raise the necessary money, the brothers persuade the good old agent Book at the Palace Hotel ballroom north of Chicago. They mount a loudspeaker atop the Bluesmobile and drive around the Chicago area promoting the concert and alerting the police, the neo-Nazis, and the good old boys of their whereabouts. The ballroom is packed with blues fans, police officers, and the good old boys. Jake and Elwood perform 2 songs and then sneak off stage as the tax deadline is rapidly approaching. A record company executive offers them a $10,000 cash advance on a recording contract, more than enough to pay off the orphanage, taxes, and raise IOU, and then shows the brothers how to slip out of the building unnoticed. Jake and Elwood race back towards Chicago with dozens of state and local police and the good old boys in pursuit. They eventually elude them all with a series of improbable maneuvers, including a miraculous gravity-defying escape from those stupid fucking goddamn neo-Nazis. And after that, the Blues Brothers have paid the taxes, and after that they're in prison and with the band playing Jailhouse Rock, originally performed by Elvis, for the inmates. Alright, the Destruction Derby is a vehicular combat racing game inspired by Twisted Metal. And it was published by Psygnosis and developed by Reflections Interactive, based on the sport of demolition derby. Yeah, not as violent as Twisted Metal. The game tasks the player with racing and destroying cars to score points. The developers have implemented simulated physics to make the results of collisions easier to predict, and they kept the game's track small to increase the number of wrecks. So yeah, there's also a sequel, the Nintendo 64 version, and a prequel. And there's also a T-rated Destruction Derby game for the PS2. So yeah, like every Destruction Derby game, yeah, this game contains 3 vehicles, collisions in the game affect the controls of each car, limiting their steering and maximum speed. Frontal collisions risk damage to the car's radiator, which causes the car to overheat and stop running. 4 game modes are available: Destruction Derby, Wreck-It Racing, Stock Car Racing, and Time Trial. So yeah, in Destruction Derby, the player earns points by destroying other cars in a large, trackless arena called the Bowl. In Stock Car Racing, the player must finish in first place, and no points are awarded for destroying cars. Wreck-It Racing is a hybrid of the two, which is my fucking favorite, in which the player earns points both by winning the race and by destroying other cars. The Time Trial is a solo time attack mode. The PlayStation version features System Link play for 2 players, while the MS-DOS version has an online multiplayer mode. Destruction Derby 64, the game's Nintendo 64 version, features an updated graphics and increased number of cars and tracks, and it adds new modes such as Capture the Flag. The game contains 24 cars and more than 12 courses. It also supports split-screen multiplayer for up to 4 players. Well, holy hot damn. So, yeah, and the Destruction Derby 2 supports Namco's Neg-Con controller. Well, holy goddamn. Well, what do I gotta say about that? Oh yeah, the fucking soundtrack of the Destruction Derby game is really pumping my ass up. I like to enjoy the beat. And as for the Destruction Derby 2 game, yeah, it's fucking badass. it's really rocking my ass off. Yeah, getting ready for some heavy metal during the second sequel. Alright, as for Destruction Derby Raw, yeah, it's like the same thing. It's like the same concept as the other two. Even though I don't have the Destruction Derby game, the third one, but I sure like to see it. So anyways, I gotta say, all these 4 Destruction Derby games really kicked my ass and I really liked it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So in conclusion, my fellow peeps, I brutally recommend the Nintendo Switch. I also recommend the Blues Brothers 1980 film on DVD and Blu-ray, and the Destruction Derby. Yeah, all 3 of the Destruction Derby games, especially the 4th one on the PlayStation 2. So, speaking of which, I hope these 3, or rather 4 of the Destruction Derby installments would be remastered and released on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStations 4 and 5, and then Xbox Series X. So, yeah, as for me, even though I don't have the Nintendo Switch before, but I'm either debating myself if I wanted the Nintendo Switch or the GameCube. Because, honestly, I really want to go back to playing some Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, and stay tuned for the final Triple Salute House segment, where I salute on 3 films that are written and directed by Quentin Tarantino.